Good morning. I am here to talk to you today about taking a PBS and/or equivalent biomedical science class in high school. I recently, last year, finished the PBS, which stands for Principles of Biomedical Science. It is through Project Lead the Way program, which is becoming more prevalent in high schools across the nation. It's a great program. I would really suggest taking the class itself. This year I'm in HBS, which is an acronym for Human Body Systems, and that is a progressive class that builds on the foundational knowledge we learned in PBS. I would suggest both classes if you even have a remote interest in anything to do with medicine, anywhere from nursing to becoming a nurse practitioner to becoming a doctor or a pharmacist, or a nurse educator, a patient educator, things like that. It's a great class, and it'll provide a very strong foundation just for you to know what you're talking about. Even if you're not interested in going into medicine, it will really help you. In my biology class, I took the honors biology, which is the highest class you can take in biology without taking AP last year, and I slept through the class the entire year because I already had gotten the information from my PBS class. And so that was really helpful. It really does help with biology. I had one up on everything that we ever did in biology, and we went a lot more in depth in the PBS class. And this year in HBS, I'm in honors chemistry, and I'm able to do a lot of the same things. Honors chemistry is more math-based, of course, where HBS is more biology and that kind of science-based, more human science-based, I guess. But both classes were very helpful in my other required science classes too, not just the electives. I would really suggest that. How to be successful in PBS? I would say number one thing is to make sure you keep up with the workload. If you are sick, if you have to miss class for some other reason, if you're on vacation or something, you need to get all the work ahead of time, all the conclusion questions, make sure you know what those are. And just check the LMS. The LMS is the module that you use to keep up with everything. So I know our school also uses Moodle and Google Drive. So LMS is kind of like that, and that's where all your assignments are. That's where you upload things, download things, look at other assignments that you may need to do. And that is a great resource. You have to use that in the class. That is a great resource to be able to keep up. And as difficult as the class is, because it moves at a very fast pace, and it's very lab-based, everything's a lab in that class. But as fast as it moves and as difficult as it is, it's very manageable as long as you keep maybe a calendar of when everything's due, because I had a lot of assignments that were long-term assignments. You very rarely have next day homework in that class. A lot of it's, okay, here's the lab, we're going to finish this lab by Friday, so make sure you have everything you need to have completed by Friday, meaning the conclusion questions, the analyses of the lab, and everything like that. So that's important too. And if you ever do get behind, just talk to the teacher, because the teacher can really help you catch up. And/or if you don't understand something, make sure you talk to the teacher, because in PBS and in HBS, I'm finding out everything builds upon everything. So if you miss information in one lab because you just didn't get it, or if you neglected to do a part of the lab, then you need to make sure that you talk to your buddy, talk to your teacher, something, to make sure that you're staying up with that, because that is crucial that you make sure you know everything, because you only build off of that. Being successful in HBS. In HBS, we have a mannequin, and you're partnered up, so you're married to somebody else in the class with a mannequin that you use to build the muscular and the skeletal system off of. And the mannequin is a great visual aid. I am not a visual learner, and that's not just because I have bad vision. It's because I am more of a memorizing learner. I memorize everything, and I know everything off the top of my head, but I'm not a very visual person. And so, but the mannequin really helps me visualize and prepare for tests and studying too, because HBS is a lot more anatomy and physiology heavy than PBS was. PBS focused more on problems. HBS is a lot more anatomy and physiology based. Anatomy and physiology is a class in my high school, and I'm pretty sure it's a class in a lot of other high schools too. So that's definitely a class I would suggest taking whenever you are a junior because as a junior you can take MI, or medical intervention, which is pretty much you're watching over a family and making sure this family's making healthy choices, and you're diagnosing their problems and trying to treat their problems. So that's really interesting. I like that a lot too. So MI is a neat class, and then the capstone course is BI, which stands for Biomedical Innovation, and that class is very busy, from what I've heard. That is a very fast-paced, busy class. It's a capstone class, meaning it's a college-level medical class. So you're like taking med school in high school, kind of. It's a lot. So that's a very big class. I would suggest taking AP Chemistry your junior year and AP Biology your senior year, just because a lot of people take Biology the freshman year and then Chemistry their sophomore year. So if you go from Chemistry into AP Chemistry, hopefully you can retain some of the knowledge. I mean, it is very different in a lot of aspects. One is AP, one is not, but hopefully you can retain some of the knowledge and then transfer that adversely over into your Biomed courses. So that is kind of an overview of PLCW's Biomed program. Also, if you're going to Nationals, I will be there in Anaheim next summer. So I would really suggest going to Nationals. It's an awesome event, and you'll meet a lot of cool people there. So go to that, save up your money. It's pretty expensive, but it's well worth it. And hopefully I'll meet some of you guys there. Thanks. Bye.